日本時間4月11日、ドジャースのマックス・マンシーが本拠地でのレンジャーズ戦に5番、3塁で先発出場し、7対7で迎えた9回に今季4号となるソロ本塁打を放って、チームをサヨナラ勝ちに導きました。マンシーにとっては、自身2度目となる1試合3本塁打の快挙でした。この日は、大谷翔平が昨季のブルワーズとのナ・リーグ優勝決定シリーズ第4戦で見せた、二刀流での3本塁打、10奪三振を記念した打者版ボブルヘッドデーでもありました。その特別な夜に、マンシーが大谷翔平を思わせるような圧巻の活躍を披露しました。試合後、マンシーは地元中継局のインタビューに応じました。インタビューでは、翔平の3本塁打記念ボブルヘッドナイトに、自分も3本塁打を打った気分はどうかと質問され、冗談を交えながら答えました。これらの模様を日本語字幕付きでご紹介します。
Part one of Shohei Ohtani's greatest game bobblehead giveaway. This is the 3-homer game bobblehead, Jay Hare.
He's going to have so many moments in Dodger Blue, so many bobbleheads. I love this likeness. Him staring after hitting a 500-foot bomb, not one, not two, but three in the NLCS.
Well, listen, the team had a great road trip, so now they are back, and what a better way to celebrate it than we're celebrating Ohtani, who's off to a tremendous start, getting on base and what he's doing on the mound.
And it's almost like he's saying, wow, the mouth is open. He can't even believe how far he hit that baseball. The second of those 3 home runs against the Brewers in Game 4 last year. Now, it's not often we start a pregame show with what was played 175 days ago, but there aren't often performances as incredible as what Shohei did in that NLCS Game 4 against Milwaukee, going 3 for 3 with 3 solo home runs. Only the 12th player in history to have a 3-homer game in the postseason. On the mound, he picked up the win with 6 shutout innings. He struck out 10, was named the NLCS MVP as the Dodgers swept the Brew Crew to advance to the World Series. All right, Jerry, you're going to take the pitching side of Shohei's greatness in that game with these 6 shutout innings and 10 punch-outs.
You got to remember, this is the NLCS. This Brewers team had the best record in the National League. They had home field advantage for a reason. For him to go out there and completely shut them down for 6 innings, 10 strikeouts, that in and of itself is extremely impressive. He had everything working. The split, the fastball command, outstanding break on the breaking ball. What was that pitch? That was nasty. Split/forkball as well. To keep them at bay and give his team a chance to win is so impressive.
Of course, tonight is all about the offense and the 3 home runs he hit in that game. Nomar, you know a thing or two about hitting 3 homers in the show, and I know you didn't pitch, but still 3 solo shots from the big show in this game.
Yeah, I didn't pitch, but this is totally different. This guy did it on the mound. As Jerry just broke down, he was tremendous there. And, by the way, he was helping himself. He almost could have just told his whole team, listen, guys, I got today. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to put up some zeros on the mound. And by the way, I'll just supply the offense. Not only just supply it, I'm going to go hit it in the concourse because I know those guys, talking about us 3 out there, they want a souvenir. And he nearly hit us with it, how far as he hit it. But at the same time, it was just an unbelievable performance by the one-man show, Shohei Ohtani, both pitching-wise and offensively. Just incredible.
It certainly was incredible, and I had a lot of people talking in hyperbole, but I don't even know if it's hyperbole after you witnessed that in person. Just an incredible night we saw from Shohei Ohtani.
This is Shohei Ohtani. You see the on-base streak. This guy continues to amaze. Tied behind one of my favorite players ever, Ichiro. Just got a statue there in Seattle. Congrats, Ichiro. And I love the depth of this lineup.
I'm looking at the bottom part of the lineup. The bottom part of the lineup has been outstanding this year, really been impressive, and I just hope they continue that going. So they've looked really good, gotten on base, done some damage. They've done it all offensively.
Well, it was 17 on the 17th, number 17, Shohei Ohtani, last October 17th, with arguably the greatest game that we've ever seen. And tonight we get to celebrate that incredible night all over again. Let's head inside the stadium for the first time. Kirsten Watson joins us live with more on The Big Show. Hi there, Kirsten.
Hi, John. Well, coming into this game, the team is coming off of an excellent road trip. They went 5-1. Everyone was getting involved. The pitching, of course, the offense. But when you really look at that offense, Nomar just hit on it. The bottom of the order, batters 7 through 9. As a combined group, they're batting .344. That is the best in Major League Baseball. They have the best OPS in Major League Baseball. They're doing their job. Dave Roberts talked about just what that does when the bottom of the order, when they're getting on, when they're turning over the lineup, how that impacts the top of the order, of course, Shohei Ohtani, and what he he was able to see with the offense on the road trip and how they want to carry that into this game tonight and this homestand, guys.
Yeah, well, I think that certainly it just gives you length, which obviously we all understand that. But I think also with our lineup, it bleeds into the best hitters, and that's why they're hitting at the top. So when you can pitch with guys on pitch to Shohei or Tucker with guys on base, it just gives opportunities for bigger innings. And so I think that just continues to snowball on the opponent. So it's really critical for these guys to keep getting on base.
When you look at the road trip and just how the offense performed, of course, you guys went 5-1, and there were a lot of positives. Now returning back home, where of course we did see some early struggles, how do you just want to see the guys continue to build on what they were able to do on the road trip, whether it's getting on base, getting the clutch hits, kind of going from there?
I just think that we were just taking better bats. I think that guys just looked more comfortable in the box. Obviously, Andy started off really well. I thought Freddie swung the bat really well in at home. Didn't get really rewarded. Continued down the road. I think that the bottom half of the order, certainly Freeland and getting Haesung here. Freeland swing the bat better. So I think that just in total, I think. Will looks a little bit more comfortable, so I think it should carry over, to being back home.
So going into the road trip, the conversation was, how does this offense get going? The top of the order, just kind of getting limited results. Coming back from the road trip, completely different story. Now it's about maintaining the breakout that this group had. When it comes to the top of the order, we're talking to Shohei Ohtani after his start the other day. He was saying that he does feel like he's in a pretty good spot, especially considering where we are in the calendar with it only being April. He had 3 home runs on the road trip. So for him, it's just finding ways to continue maintaining that. Other guys have said they're just sticking to their approach. For the most part, guys do feel really good. They do think that there's some more results to come, but overall, they had the off day yesterday. They feel good coming in today, and it's truly finding ways to maintain just the quality of at bats that they showed on the road, guys.
Yeah, they certainly busted out on that road trip. Kirsten, thank you very much. Shohei Ohtani will not be pitching in the series against the Texas Rangers, but we will see him in the lineup for all 3 of these games. He's looking to extend a 43-game on-base streak. That's the longest by any Dodger in the last 26 years. And actually, he needs one more, Jerry, to break the record for a Japanese-born player held by Ichiro.
We all know we're all huge fans of Ichiro Suzuki, who was a tremendous player in his own right. But for him to have this streak, it just goes to show understanding when you're the leadoff hitter, your job number 1 is to get on base. And he has been doing that. But he also provides this, the home run power, getting on base, hitting the long ball, really setting the tone for this offense. And it really started on that road trip in D.C., carried over to Toronto, and hopefully it does carry over here for this series against the Texas Rangers. Shohei Ohtani continues to do amazing things with the bat, with his speed, with his arm. That 43-game on-base streak, I think it gets broken tonight. Ichiro, brother, I'm sorry. Your record goes down tonight.
Yeah, most important thing for a leadoff hitter, is get on base, right? Set the tone, get on base. Obviously, with that streak, he's getting that done. The other thing, though, that he provides 1-0. I mean, you can have that on his license plate, 1-0, because in just an instant, one pitch, they can already have the lead, especially when he's lead up, because he brings the power. We talk about the bottom part of the lineup and how they've been doing so far this year, and they've been outstanding. Why? Because being able to not only get on base, but be able to turn it over so you can get to the likes of Shohei and the rest of the guys at the top of that lineup.
It is so important. A good point right there by Nomer to have those guys at the bottom of the order getting on when Shohei Ohtani does come to the plate after that first inning. Well, Shohei isn't pulling double duty in tonight's game, but this reminder from our friend Sarah Langs at MLB Network, Shohei Ohtani currently has the longest active on-base streak in MLB at 43 games, the longest active streak of consecutive innings pitched without allowing an earned run in Major League Baseball at 28 2/3 innings.
Well, I am joined by Kyle Tucker. And Kyle, we are about 2 weeks into the season. You now know what it feels like to be a Dodger. Can you describe just playing here at Dodger Stadium, getting to know these fans? How has it been for you in right field?
It's been awesome. I mean, these fans come out and they sell at the stadium and show their support for us. So we just try and go out there and perform and win as many games as we can for them and put on a good show with it. So, I mean, it's been a lot of fun, especially the first homestand and coming back this homestand. It's going to be a lot of fun, especially tonight with the firework crowd and Shohei bobblehead and everything. So it's feel like it's always loud and crazy over here, but it's a lot of fun.
This team went 5-1 on the road. You guys had a chance at a perfect road trip. When you look at how successful just with the offense getting back on track, how would you describe just how that road trip went for this team?
I mean, it was good. You can't really complain if you're winning games. I mean, like you said, we went 5-1, so I mean, it was a good road trip. But happy to be back here, and hopefully we can continue that winning streak and just try and keep riding it out all year long.
I just want to take a step back and put this run for the Dodgers in perspective, and not just the last few years, but really dating back to the 2010s. I mean, the Dodgers have just been on some sort of dynastic run. I don't think the question is, are they a dynasty or not? This has been about as much of a dynasty as we've seen in baseball since perhaps the Yankees in the 90s and early 2000s, the last team to win 3 straight World Series, which is what the Dodgers are trying to do. What has been most impressive to you about this run for the Dodgers?
Oh, gosh. Well, that's a great question. To me, I know this is an individual person, but it's just Ohtani. The Ohtani effect is, I know that they got over the hump in 2020 and in the shortened season, but to me, what's most impressive is that Ohtani, for the most part, leads it all. Now, I'm not trying to take anything away from all the other guys. Right now, Freddie Freeman has 13 RBIs. Mookie Betts is out right now. Last year in the playoffs, Yamamoto was their best pitcher. So they have a lot of weapons. It's tough to say one thing I'd point towards Ohtani, but they can beat you in all types of ways. Their bullpen, by name, is tremendous. Their rotation, when healthy, they have 7 quality starters if they're all healthy.
The pop from the crowd when this man's song hits. Go ahead run at the plate. Tying run on first, one out in the 5th. Shohei is 0 for 2 with a strikeout here in his first bobblehead night of the season.
No challenge, but that one was close. And it was a strike.
Rangers still have their 2 challenges. A little surprised that they don't use one there against Ohtani. Here comes Rocker. And there goes Ohtani into right field. Freeland going from first to third. Tying run there with only 1 out. For Ohtani's on-base streak continues now 44 consecutive games reaching base safely. That goes back to the 24th of August last season.
1 out runner at first, but here's Ohtani, who's 0 for 2. You know, Will Smith set the precedent earlier this season when he just had an incredible offensive game on his bobblehead night, which also happened to be his birthday. And it's Ohtani's bobblehead night tonight, commemorating his amazing game in Game 4 of the NLCS. And he had 3 home runs, pitched 6 scoreless innings with 10 strikeouts. He's 0 for 2 so far tonight. He's got the tying run at first base, and he represents the go-ahead run at the plate. And many who watch him play regularly would say he's already in scoring position when he stands at home plate.
Third baseman is playing a shallow shortstop.
1 ball, no strike pitch. Ohtani into right field, a base hit. Freeland's going to round second. He's on his way to third. And the Dodgers with 1 out have runners at the corners. And Shohei Ohtani has reached base for the 44th consecutive game. He has tied Hall of Famer Zach Wheat on the Dodger all-time list. Len Kennedy in 1934 went 44 games. He still has 3 more spots to conquer. Ron Say in 1975 reached base in 47 straight. Sean Green in 2000, 53 straight. And the all-time leader, Hall of Famer Duke Snider, 58 straight games in 1954. But now, getting on base for the 44th straight time, that breaks a tie with Ichiro Suzuki, another Hall of Famer, for the longest on-base streak by a Japanese-born player.
Max, I mean, when you look at this game, you had 3 home runs. The bobblehead tonight was Shohei Ohtani's 3 home run game. It feels nothing but It feels fitting when you look at the results today. I mean, how would you describe just where your swing is at and how it felt to have 3 home runs in this one game?
Yeah, the only thing I'm missing is the 10 strikeouts, right? No, it was a great game, obviously. I felt really close the last day in Toronto. Felt like I got a lot of really good swings off. We made a couple adjustments, and today I was able to stick. You just got to keep sticking with the process. You can't always chase the results, but got some good results tonight.
Your first 2 at-bats, they were against Rocker. There's not really any familiarity there. What were you seeing from him?
I was just trying to get the ball up, and, he made a couple mistakes, and thankfully I was able to take advantage of it.
When you look at the splits, of course, you've been good against right, but this year you've been really good against left. When you look at just at this last at-bat, walking this game off, I mean, how good for you was it to get a home run off of a lefty, especially at a key moment in this game?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you can do anything off a lefty, it's obviously always really good. A little bit of a dud there in the 9th inning, but we know Edwin's going to, have 50-plus saves this year, so we're just trying to pick him up a little bit, and like I said, I got another mistake and was able to take advantage of it.
You take me inside the dugout and just what the conversation and what the feeling is when you guys are battling back and forth in a game like this.
Yeah, just try to stay calm and just, keep putting together good at-bats, keep playing defense, and, just keep trying to put the pressure on them.
Max, congratulations on this win.
Thank you.
All right, Steven, back to you.
Thank you, Kirsten. Max Muncy, have a night. Max Muncy ends the night. That was the first hit Jacob Latz had allowed all year. And it gave us the latest epic Muncy bat drop. Access Sportsnet Dodgers, you're going to have some fun out in Club Ravine. For Orr Hershiser, Kirsten Watson, and our terrific crew, I'm Steven Nelson. What a night, and what a way to kick off the homestand. We'll see you here on Saturday.
A whole bunch of giddy fans, and you see them holding up their Shohei Ohtani greatest game bobbleheads. That's the first of 2 parts when he hit 3 home runs in Game 4 of the NLCS. And wouldn't you know it, tonight, it was Max Muncy having a 3-homer game, Nomar, and capped off there with the walk-off winner.
Yeah, well, I grabbed my bobblehead, and I was grabbing a marker. I was trying to draw a beard for Max Muncy. I was going to change the name of the back for Muncy as well. I mean, what a night for Max Muncy. Obviously, with the 3 home runs, the walk-off, just an incredible night. But I think also when you look at overall, when you look back on the game, overall from the offensive perspective, every spot in the lineup ended up reaching base. You had 8 of the 9 spots getting a base hit. So you can tell from the offensive side, up and down, they were getting it done, and Max Muncy, though, what an unbelievable night. And also picking up your closer, who I'm sure Edwin Diaz was feeling off. Oh, my goodness, I gave up a 3-1 lead and had a blown save. But you have an offense like this and teammates like that to pick you up. Just a good win.
What I love about this lineup, it is relentless. You got to deal with Shohei Ohtani. Then you got to deal with Kyle Tucker, Will Smith. Oh, by the way, Andy Pius continues to rake. Right. And then before you could blink, Max Muncy, 4-hit night, 3 bombs. It is just a difficult lineup to navigate for the opposition.